My oh my, we have ourselves another Toronto Maple Leafs signing, and this one actually kinda puts them in a weird spot. Because the Toronto Maple Leafs, if you go over to their cap-friendly page at the moment, they have $0 in cap space remaining. In fact, they have a projected current cap hit of $8.2593 million. The upper limit is 8.15, so they are currently $1 million over the salary cap with this signing of TJ Brodie, a left-handed defenseman who plays on the right side. It's a 4-year contract worth $20 million, making the average annual value $5 million a season. But because of what we talked about, this will force the Leafs into making a trade. They're literally over the salary cap, so they have to free up some money, so we'll see what they do going forward. Brodie is 30 years old, and this contract will take him until he is 34. And as a guy who was recently getting paid by the Calgary Flames $4.65 million, this is a pretty significant increase. So, who exactly is TJ Brodie? Well, he's a guy who was mostly playing on the top pairing with Mark Giordano. They're both left-handed guys, though, so Brodie was actually playing on the right side. He plays on the right side quite a lot, so for Leafs fans wondering why did we sign a left-handed defenseman, well, that's kind of why. He's 6'1", 183 pounds, and he's a guy who indeed is from Ontario, so there's that hometown connection. Taking a look at his point totals, though, 19 points in 64 games in 2019-20 for the Flames. But then you take a look at the past. 34 points in 2019, 32 in 2018, 36, 45, 41. He has been a primarily offensively driven defenseman, a guy who can skate up with the puck really well, headman it himself, and bring it out into the neutral zone with control. And that dynamism certainly has served him well throughout his NHL career, as he was able to put up a few points throughout the past few seasons. However, there are some inconsistency issues with Brodie. Some nights he absolutely looks like he's on top of his game, and other nights he kind of looks like the guy whom you really don't want to search into the Twitter search and see what people are saying about him, because it would not be pretty. Especially in an environment like Toronto, it will be interesting to see how this kind of playstyle meshes with him, because we saw this similarly with Tyson Barrie. If the Maple Leafs were in a position where they were comfortable with the style that Barrie plays, they want an offensively minded defenseman who can take some shots, who can set guys up, and who can wheel it out of his own zone really nicely, then Brodie is the guy that you got here. It's a good fit. But of course, that's just in theory. We will have to see how this eventually goes down and how it plays out for the Maple Leafs, and trust me, we'll have a long time of seeing that, because the guy is under contract for 4 years. In my own opinion, I can understand why exactly the Leafs did this. They wanted a right side guy. They got a right side guy. It's just 4 years is quite beefy, especially at $5 million each. I know that in order to get somebody like Brodie, you gotta shell out that money, but this in turn is another form of risk, because you're just adding to the offensively flair, skate up with the puck, quick, shifty, speed style game that the Leafs already have. Whether or not that's something you see value in adding another player who exhibits that style, hey, that's up to you. If it were up to me, though, I probably would have wanted to put my eggs into a more diversified pool of players. Go after a few defensive-minded guys, because you already have so many offensive contributors. But of course, that's just me. I'm not Kyle Dubas. I'm not the guy running the hockey team, so who am I to judge? But talk to me in the comments what you think about this whole signing over here. It is $20 million. It is 4 years long for TJ Brodie, an offensively-minded defenseman. Talk to me in the comments if you enjoyed this video. That's Ross 99, and bye.